So let's talk about a skill that's quickly becoming just as important as, say, knowing how to type. It's all about how to talk to AI effectively. Because getting your ask right, that isn't just some neat trick. It's a superpower. We're going to dive in and learn how to turn our vague ideas into incredibly precise instructions.
We have all been there, right? You ask an AI tool for something specific, maybe a lesson plan, a marketing email, a little bit of code, and what you get back is, well, it's not quite right. It feels generic, it's kind of bland, it's just not what you needed. And it's super frustrating, and it happens all the time. The problem usually starts right here, with that very first request. On the left, you have make soup. I mean, what does that even mean? You could get anything from minestrone to miso. But on the right, you have a detailed recipe, the exact ingredients, the cooking time, any dietary needs. That is the difference between a vague wish and a precise instruction, and it is the absolute key to unlocking what AI can really do for you. So yeah, we're calling this the AI soup problem. It's that gap between what you thought you asked for and what the AI actually gives you. But here's the thing. It's not a flaw in the AI. It's a gap in how we're talking to it. Okay, so here's the most important thing to wrap your head around. We have to stop treating AI like it's just a fancy search bar. It isn't just finding information that's already out there. It's a synthesizer. It takes the raw materials you give it, and it creates something totally new. And if you don't give it specific instructions, it kind of has to guess, pulling from this huge, massive library of information, which is exactly why the results often feel so generic. What you put in truly determines everything you get out. So how do we adapt? This is a huge shift in thinking, and it requires a brand new skill. If AI is a creator, not a search engine, then we need to get much better at being directors. And that skill actually have a name, prompt engineering. Now, don't let the word engineering scare you off. It sounds way more complicated than it is. It simply means being intentional and structured in how you ask the AI to do something. It's really just the art of the ask. I love this next idea. It's such a powerful way to think about it. Imagine you hired a new teaching assistant. You wouldn't just walk in and say, teach the kids. No way! You'd give them the curriculum, the class rules, the specific needs of each student. A prompt is that exact same thing. It's the instruction manual for your new digital co-teacher. Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, right? But does it actually work in the real world? Oh, you bet it does. Let's look at a case study that shows just how powerful a good prompt can be. We're calling it the 3-minute miracle. So meet Miss Aris. She's a 4th grade teacher, and she had this classic classroom problem. She needed a reading passage about the American Revolution, but her students' reading levels were all over the place. We're talking from a 2nd grade level all the way up to a middle school level. That's a task that could easily eat up hours and hours of her time. So instead of a simple request, Miss Aris used a structured prompt. She didn't just ask for a story. She gave the AI specific ingredients, her state's learning standards, a list of the key vocabulary words she wanted to include, and of course, the core topic. She gave it that detailed recipe. And this is the part that is just incredible. The time it took to solve this really complex problem, 3 minutes. What used to be an entire Sunday afternoon of work was automated in less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee. And the result wasn't just fast, it was perfect. The AI produced 4 totally distinct versions of the story. Each one was tailored to a different reading level, but it kept all the core facts and vocabulary consistent across all of them. This is the power of a precise ask. So, how can you get results like this? Well, you don't have to guess. There's a really simple, memorable framework you can use every single time. It's called ICDO. The ICDO framework breaks your prompt into 4 parts. First, the instruction, a clear verb like create, analyze, or summarize. Second, context. Tell the AI who it is and who the audience is. This part's so important because it tells the AI which part of its massive brain to use. Third, data. Give it the raw material. And finally, output. Tell it exactly how you want the result formatted. And here's what that looks like in practice. You can literally think of this as a template. You just fill in the blanks for instruction, context, data, and output. This structure makes sure you never forget a key piece of information, and it turns a vague request into a professional-grade directive. All right, now it's your turn. Because honestly, the best way to understand this is to just try it yourself. So let's do a quick before and after challenge. So on the left is a typical before prompt.
It's simple, sure, but the result is going to be generic and you're going to spend a ton of time editing it. But on the right, that's the after prompt, built with the ICDO framework. It specifies the persona, the audience, key details, the tone. The difference in the output you'll get, it's going to be night and day. It'll save you all that time you'd otherwise spend editing and polishing.
So you see, prompt engineering isn't some technical chore. It's a creative skill. It's the new art of instruction. And by mastering the ask, you're not just getting better answers, you're unlocking a really powerful partner for any task you can imagine. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?